Okay, so welcome to this exciting video under the topic called trigonometry. So trigonometry is a topic that involves triangles, okay, and different types of triangles. So a triangle is a shape with three sides, okay, and those you have interior angles inside, okay, like this one, and all the interior angles, they add up to 180. Okay, so what does this mean? This simply means that if you add this angle, and this one here, the sum should be 180. Okay, so the types of triangles we'll start talking about is the right angled triangle. Okay, so this type of triangle is a triangle in which you have one of the interior angles 90. Always this triangle is known because it has a 90-degree here, okay, and it is an L-shaped triangle, okay, 90-degree here. So that is a right angle triangle. So what are some of the things that you need to know about a right angle triangle? So some of the things that you need to know about a right angle triangle, and these are very important, is that it has a height. So the height comes from here, okay. Let's say this is A, this is B, this is C. So the height comes all the way, okay. So this is the height, and then this is the base where it is resting from, okay. So sometimes you can find that you can have another part here. So here this gives us two right angled triangles, and the base here, let's say this is D, the base here will be all the way up to there, okay. That will be the base, okay. So now let's just focus on this one here. So finding the area is just finding the area that is inside this shape, okay. So for example, if your height is 4 meters, okay, all right, if your height is 4 meters, okay, we're saying that if your height is 4 meters, just a minute, okay, annotate, make this a bit small, black, okay. So if your height is 4 meters, I think this is too small, this is too small, make it a hard brush, just increase it a bit. Okay, so if your height is 4 meters and your base is 2 meters, okay, so if you want to calculate for the area, you're going to say area is equal to half BH. So B stands for the base, H stands for the height. So you're going to say half times base, that is 2, times your height. Your height is what? 4. And calculating for this, 1 by 2 is 2, 2 by 4, that is 8, 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So you get 4 meters squared. Area is always in square meters, okay. So this is how you can calculate for the area. So area is equals to half base times height. This is just for this type of a triangle, okay. This only applies for this type of a triangle, okay. And that is what we need to know, okay, what we need to know about these things. Okay, so now let's look at the Pythagoras theorem quickly, so we can just understand several things here. So the Pythagoras theorem, okay, discard, okay. So let's look at the Pythagoras theorem. Let's do this example. Let's have an example. Okay, so for example, you have this triangle here. Let me just make it big. Let me just make it big. Okay, so like that. Then here you have 60 degrees. Okay, this is A, this is B, this is C. Here you are given X, and here you are given 4 meters here. The question says solve or find X. Okay, find X. So one thing you're going to do here first of all is to identify which one is your hypotenuse, which one is your adjacent and opposite. So the hypotenuse never changes. The hypotenuse will be this side. So this will be your hypotenuse. Okay, then which one is your opposite? So you look at where the angle is given. The angle is given at A, so where A is pointing, this one becomes your opposite. So wherever the angle is pointing is the opposite, so meaning this one will be your adjacent. Then what do you do next? Okay, you go on SOHCAHTOA. You just write your SOHCAHTOA nicely. Okay, so that you know which trigonometric ratio you should use. Okay, you need to know which trigonometric ratio you should use. So how do you tell now which trigonometric ratio you should use here? First of all, you look at what you are finding. You are finding X. X is on what? Hypotenuse. So you go on this SOHCAHTOA. You look for a ratio that has H. This ratio has got H. This ratio has got H. So this is disqualified. We can't use it here because we're trying to find the hypotenuse. We need something that has hypotenuse. And then the other thing, you look at what am I given? You are given an angle and you're given 4 meters here. Here there's nothing. So for O, you notice that there's actually nothing here. So you're not going to use something that has O. Okay, opposite. So this one has got O here. It's also disqualified. So you are supposed to use the CA. Okay, so you're going to write cos theta is equal to, okay, cos theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. So you are going to write cos theta, your theta is 60. So 60 degrees is equal to adjacent. Your adjacent is 4. Hypotenuse is what? We are not given, it is X. So now at this particular point, now what do you do now? Okay, you put this over 1. Mathematically, you cross multiply. X times cos 60, it's going to be X cos 60 is equal to 4 times 1, that is just 4. So to find X here, divide both sides by cos 60. Okay, you divide both sides by cos 60, even this side cos 60. This side you cancel, X will be equal to what? Okay, so 4 divided by cos 60. Okay, 4 divided by cos 60. Okay, and this gives us 8. Okay, this gives us 8. So this will be 8 meters. So you can say therefore the hypotenuse is what? 80 meters. and that is how you can calculate for this sign. So we've used the car, okay, cos theta is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse to find the 8 meters. Okay, then now the follow-up question comes. The follow-up question says, so this was question A. Question B says now find what? BC. So BC is this sign. Okay, now we know that here we've got 8. Okay, here we can now remove the let's see. Okay, I'm looking for, okay, it's fine. So x is 8. Find BC now. Okay, so let's see now how can we find the BC. So for BC now is this one now require us to use Pythagoras theorem. So what you are going to do is this. So this side here where B is facing is B, where C is facing is C, where A is facing is A. So Pythagoras theorem tells you that you should always start with the hypotenuse, and your hypotenuse is B. So it's going to be B squared is equal to, you can get any of these now, A squared plus C squared. So B squared, it is 8. We've already calculated what is on B. So it's going to be 8 squared is equal to A squared. This is what you are finding, BC. Okay, 8 squared. So you're going to write A squared plus, what is C? C is 4. So that will be 4 squared. 8 squared is what? 64 is equal to A squared is still A squared plus 4 squared is 16. So you can group the like terms. Take the 16 this side, but its sign will change. So you're going to get 64 minus 16 is equal to A squared. Okay, so now what is 64 minus 16? This will give us 48 is equal to A squared. So to get A squared here, you're just going to square root both sides. Okay, so A will be equal to what? What's the square root of 48? Okay, square root of 48, that will give us 6.92. Okay, 6.92 meters. So we found all the sides. Okay, so you can use a combination of Pythagoras theorem and the trigonometric ratios to find what you're looking for. Okay, so let's do the examples. Okay, so another example. Draw that nicely. Okay, much better. This is bend. Just do this. Okay, like this. Okay, so let's say now you are given here an angle is x degrees, and then here you are given the angle here, let's say this is A, B, C. So AB here, we are basically given 5 meters. Okay, 5 meters. Okay, and then here you are given you are given 3 meters. Okay, then question A says find, okay, question A says find x. Question B says find BC. So to find x here, we are going to use the SOHCAHTOA. Okay, we're going to use the SOHCAHTOA. So first of all, we need to identify which one is our hypotenuse. So which one is our hypotenuse according to this? So the hypotenuse never changes. So this side is your hypotenuse. And if your angle is here, this side is your opposite now. And this side is your adjacent. Alright, so this is what you have. Then after this, now you ask yourself, you are going to write your SOHCAHTOA for your trigonometric ratios. Okay, you're going to write your trigonometric ratios so that you know which one you should use. So how do you tell which one you should use between SOHCAH or TOA? You ask yourself, what am I finding? I'm finding the angle. Okay, so if you're finding the angle, you ask yourself, what am I given? I'm given hypotenuse, and I'm also given opposite, but I don't have adjacent. So this one that doesn't have adjacent automatically is disqualified. Okay, it is what? Disqualified. Also this one has got adjacent. You can't use adjacent, so everything that has A is also disqualified. So you are supposed to use the SO, okay, because you have opposite and adjacent, I mean opposite and hypotenuse. Okay, so here is now what you are going to do. So you're now going to write sin theta, okay, is equal to opposite. So simply means opposite over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. All right, so you are going now to come down and say sin, the theta is the x. Okay, sin x degrees is equal to, what is O? Okay, O is 3 meters over, what is hypotenuse? Or hypotenuse is 5. So to find this now, we are going to write sin theta is equal to, you divide now, 3 divided by 5. What is 3 divided by 5? Okay, 3 divided by 5, that is 0.6. 0.6. Okay, then what you want now is not the sin, you want to find x. The question says find x. So when you divide by sin both sides, what does it mean when you divide by sin? So the sin there will go there, you remain with x degrees is equal to sin, dividing it, it's the same as writing sin inverse. Sin inverse 0.6. Then you perform this on the calculator. Sin inverse of 0.6, what does that give us? You press your shift 0.6. okay, so there you get 36.9 degrees as your angle. Okay, 36.9 degrees as your angle there. Okay, so now the other question now says find BC. Okay, the other question says find BC. Okay, the other question says find BC. So for us to find BC, I'm gonna have to rub this. Okay, so that you can find BC. I hope this is written down. So I said when you are attending video lessons, make sure you're writing. Okay, make sure you are writing. So I'm going to rub this so that I can now solve for BC. So for BC now we are going to apply the Pythagoras the Pythagoras theorem. So in order to apply the Pythagoras theorem, I'm going to assign other numbers. You can use I'm going to use blue. So C, where it's pointing at, so this is C. B is pointing here, this is B. A is pointing here, this is small letter A. And we know your Pythagoras theorem, you need to start with your height. So the height is C. So you are now going to write C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. So C squared, so what are you finding? You're finding BC, which is A. So C squared, what is C squared? You have a 5 there. You're going to say 5 squared is equal to A. You're just going to leave it as A squared plus B is going to be 3 squared. So 5 squared, that is basically 25, minus 3 squared. So I'm taking this the other side. 3 squared is simply 9 is equal to A squared. What is 25 minus 9? That is 16 is equal to A squared. So what do you do now to get A? Square root this side and also square root this side. So this will give us 4. Okay, is equal to A. Then you say therefore BC is basically equal to what? BC is basically equal to 4 meters. Okay, so like I said, you can use both the trigonometric ratios as well as the Pythagoras theorem to answer questions that come like this. Okay, right. So I have one more last example. Let me try to just do this. Okay, just do this. Yeah, better. Tired of drawing those things. Okay, so that's what we have. Okay, so we're going to say this one is P. Okay, sorry, so I'm supposed to change this to this. Okay, say this is P, this is Q, this is R. Okay, and here we are given an angle here, and this angle here it is 120 degrees, and here you are given 5 meters, and here you are given here you are given x. Okay, So the first question here, question A, says find x. And question B, find PR. Okay, so to find x, we use the trigonometric ratios. So this one, as always, never changes. This is your hypotenuse, your angle is here where it's pointing, this is your opposite, and this one will be your adjacent. Okay, so you write your SOHCAHTOA. And then what will happen is this, once you do this, now you look at what are you finding. You're finding x. Okay, x is what? Opposite. So you are looking for these that have got opposite in them. Then what are you given? Adjacent. You don't have anything on hypotenuse, eh? Okay, so this one that has hypotenuse it is qualified, so you remain with TOA. Okay, TOA. Then you're just going to write it tan theta is equal to opposite over adjacent. Then you're going to write tan 120 degrees is equal to what is your opposite? Opposite is x, and that's what you're finding, over what is adjacent? 5. So mathematically you put this over 1, then you cross multiply. Okay, you cross multiply, this will give you x degrees, or sorry, that's not x degrees, it's x, you are finding it in meters, is equal to tan 120 times so tan 120 multiplied by 5. What does that give us? Tan 120 multiplied by 5. Okay, so tan 120 multiplied by 5, that will give us negative 8. When you do it on your calculator, 0.6. Okay, we're just going to say 8. We're going to have negative values as lines. Okay, so this is what you're going to get for this. Okay, now the other question says find PR. Okay, find PR. So now for us to find PR, okay, we are going to just maybe rub this off. Okay, this. Okay, remove this. We can use another trigonometric ratio to find if you don't want to use Pythagoras, you can use another trigonometric ratio. Okay, since now you know that here you've got what you have here it is 8.66. you can actually use a trigonometric ratio to find the hypotenuse here, or if you want, you can just use the Pythagoras theorem, right? Okay, so Pythagoras theorem, Q is pointing this side, so this is Q, this is R, this is P, and you're going to write it Q squared. Why Q squared? This is your hypotenuse, is equal to R squared plus P squared. Okay, then Q squared is what you're finding as PR, so R, that would be 8.66. okay, this one squared plus P, that will be 5 squared. So you perform this, okay, 8.66 squared plus 5 squared, okay, 5 squared, that will give us 99.99, which is basically just 100. Then q squared, square root this side, square root this side, q is equal to 100, and the square root of 100 is 10. So you say therefore PR will give us 10 meters, and here you're fine, you're good to go. Okay, so that's how you can use these trigonometric ratios. Then okay, so after you're good with trigonometric ratios, now is when you can look at other types of triangles. Isosceles triangles is a type of triangle which has actually two sides equal. This side and this side are equal, even the base angles will be the same. Okay, then an equilateral triangle, all the sides are equal, all the angles inside are also equal. Then a scalene is a type of triangle now where none of the sides is equal and also none of the angles is equal. This will now bring us to other things under trigonometry. We'll talk about the area in our next video, the cosine rule, as well as the sine rule and the shortest distance, and would have covered everything under trigonometry. So we end here. If you want to join us on our tuitions, you can just contact us there, leave a comment. Okay, we often offer tuitions online.